Today, I'm going to teach you P.B. Shelley, one of the great romantic poets who died young. See, he was born in 1792 and died in 1822, that is 30 years. And he has undoubtedly left behind him a large treasure house of work of the highest order. And few of the great works which P.B. Shelley has written is Prometheus. See, Prometheus Unbound, noted down. Then a great poem, Adonais. Fine. इसकी स्पेलिंग ध्यान से लिखिएगा बच्चों, PYEPISCHIDON. Then he has also written Hellas, HELLAS. यहाँ पे आइए, Hellas, and Alastor, the witch of Atlas. Alastor, the witch of Atlas. The Cenci, Queen Mab, the revolt of Islam, and other poems too, these poems being some of the very important longer works. But the best of Shelley is to be naturally found in his great lyrics for which he is known, that is Ode to the West Wind, the Skylark, the Cloud, and stanzas written in dejection near Naples. I will also repeat once again these beautiful lyrics for which he is known, that is Ode to the West Wind, the Cloud, Skylark, and stanzas written in dejection near Naples. Fine. Now, once we have understood his great works, his great lyrics, now we shall discuss P.B. Shelley as a great lyric poet and his greatness to be known as one of the wonderful lyrics because he exhales lyrics like anything. And his genius is known for his lyrical quality. In spite that he has written great narrative poems which are of great length, even epics and dramas, the lyric impulse which he has actually penetrates all over them, and lyrics for Shelley is something which comes naturally to him, and these lyrics are distributed and scattered all over his dramas, and because of these lyricism and lyrical quality, the dramas also become so meritorious and worthwhile to see and to even read it. Moreover, as an author, as a writer, as a lyricist, Shelley's name remains unexcelled in the history of English literature because his lyrics are known for his genuine efforts, which are marked with spontaneity, which are marked with naturalness, and which is marked with effortlessness. Means कि वो spontaneous है, वो natural है, और वो बिल्कुल भी effort नहीं करता किसी चीज को सोचने, समझने और तब लिखने में. It is exactly as we take breath, we inhale breath, and we don't think about it. In the same way, the lyrics comes and goes naturally as we take a breath all the 24 hours. So, जैसे एक गुलाब के एक बागीचे में आप जाइए, वहां पे आपको नेचुरली महक मिलेगी, तो जो फ्लावर होता है, जो फूल होता है, वो ये सोच के फ्रेगनेंस नहीं देता है कि मुझे फ्रेगनेंस देना है. In the same way, Shelley exhales a lyric as a flower exhales the fragrance. Fine. जैसे उसकी पोएम है स्काईलार्क, जैसे उसने उस दर्द में, उस प्रोफ्यूज आर्ट में उसको गाया है. So what is that? It is his outpourings of his spontaneous heart. Fine. So अगर हम कंपेयर करते हैं शेली को उसके कॉन्टेम्पररीज से, सो यू विल नॉट फाइंड दैट लेवल ऑफ नेचुरल आउटपोरिंग्स फ्रॉम हिज कॉन्टेम्पररीज टू. एंड इफ वी कंपेयर, we will find that Shelley undoubtedly is one of the greatest lyrical writers compared to his contemporaries. Fine. And also one of the loftiest, one of the most sublime, one of the grandest and one of the majestic, spontaneous singers of his own age. Now, ये हो गया point आपका Shelley as a great lyric. This was the first point which I have explained you. I can even write it down for you so that you may remember point wise. मैं यहां पे लिख देता हूं आपके लिए. पहला पॉइंट था ग्रेट लिरिसिस्ट. पहला पॉइंट जो हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया. सेकेंड पॉइंट is that you will find a note of pessimism in his poetry. Now, as far as the pessimism is concerned, his poems, his lyrics for which he is known is beautiful, is charming. And why beautiful and charming? Because these lyrics actually share his own personality, and they are his outpourings of his own soul, and his outpourings, his cries of the noble heart regarding the spectacle of life. And because we know that he has been a revolutionary poet through and through, so the note of pessimism is to be found in the poems of Shelley, and his saddest thoughts, उसका जो सबसे सैड थॉट है वो क्या करता है, वो सबसे खूबसूरत कविता ले आता है. So his saddest thoughts give rise to sweetest songs and impart his poetry a kind of, psychological sweetness to his poetry, and his self-pity inspires him to say, what? I fall upon the thorns of life and I bleed. Such is the pessimistic quality कि वो खुद कहता है, उसकी अपनी सेल्फ पिटी समाज को, कॉन्टेम्पररी वर्ल्ड को देख के कहता है कि मैं कांटों पे गिर गया हूं और मेरे बदन से खून निकल रहा है. I fall upon the thorns of life and I bleed. So this feel can actually make you understand the note of melancholy, the note of pessimism in his poetry. And why all these things happened? Because he was very much haunted by the tragedies, by the agonies, by the tyrannies, which has actually disfigured the beautiful world, disfigured the beautiful world of dreams and the sense of pains which he is feeling, and the feeling of disenchantment which we come out in his beautiful lyrics as lines written among the that is dejection near Naples, and even other poems where we find such feeling. And I still remember two lines of his pessimism, that is, lie down like a tired child and weep away the life full of care. वॉल्टर रेले का तो आपने नाम सुना होगा, मैंने कई लेक्चर्स में कई बार इसका नाम भी लिया है. ही वॉज अ ग्रेट क्रिटिक, ही वॉज अ पॉलिटिशियन, एंड वॉल्टर रेले ने कहा है शेली को अ पोएट ऑफ डिजायर. क्या कहा है कोट एंड कोट में? अ पोएट ऑफ डिजायर. एंड इन हिज लिरिक्स he constantly looks before and after and pines for what is not. उसके लिए जाता है जो चीज है ही नहीं. And that is why his personality melted into his songs. उसकी जो personality है उसके songs में blend हो गई until he ceased to be a man and become a voice and a lyric incarnate. So that is the beauty, that is the figure of Shelley. Fine. Now, After lyricist and pessimism, we will also discuss for which Shelley is very famous, and that is the musical quality, the music. The music. Somebody asks you, students, that who is Shelley, what is the important features and the characteristics of Shelley. You can all tell these things in brief, in detail. जितना आप बोलेंगे उतना कम है. शेली, कीट्स, बायरन, कोलरिज, शेक्सपियर, वर्ड्सवर्थ, इनके बारे में जितना आप बोल सकते हैं, जितनी नॉलेज अटेन कर सकते हैं, उतना कम है. एंड यस, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर्स to discuss Shelley is its beautiful music, and for which he is also very much known as one of the most musical poets, musical of all the English poets. Why? The reason is कि वो musical words को ही चुनता है. He selects the musical words, and those musical words whose sound convey some sense. And many critics, many professors and scholars of English literature, they are almost agreed to that point that his strength is the music which lies in his verses. And Swinburne का नाम आपने सुना होगा. A.C. Swinburne, a great critic, a great name. उसने शेली की म्यूजिक के लिए कहीं पे रिमार्क किया है that he was alone the perfect singing God. He was alone the perfect singing God. His thoughts, words and deeds all sang together. कितनी बड़ी बात लिखी है बच्चों, इसको आप नोट कर सकते हैं that A.C. Swinburne has said somewhere very correctly for Shelley कि he was alone the perfect singing God. क्यों? क्योंकि जो उसके थॉट्स हैं और जो उसके वर्ड्स हैं और देन उसके जो डीड्स हैं वो एक साथ गाना गाते हैं. उनके अंदर इतनी हार्मनी है. And all this used to happen because he had a wide range of rhythm. He had a wide range of rhyme. And if I talk about his great poem, Adonais, a great elegy on the death of Keats, Adonais displays his command, his mastery over what? Over the Spenserian stanza. And the West Wind shows his mastery over Tarza Rima. Tarza Rima means 3-line poetry. And the Sensi gives you the revelation of his command over the blank words. So आपने देखा Spenserian stanza, Tarza Rima, blank words, and thereby bringing so much into one that his music is known to be of divine quality. Fine.